Let's settle this once and for all. Everyone online argues about the best way to lose fat, but instead of opinions, we're using data. Think of this video like a system test for the human body. We're running each strategy through the same checklist. Does it burn fat efficiently? Does it protect muscle? And can normal people actually stick with it? I'm Denis, aerospace engineer turned fitness coach. I bring engineering logic to fitness so you can benefit from both worlds. So today I'll rank the most common fat loss methods from S tier to F tier based on real science, not gym gossip. Some of your favorites won't survive this test. Alright, let's start. F tier, cardio only. Let's start at the bottom because this one shocks people. Endless cardio. Yeah, the classic run more, eat the same. Usually, people doing a lot of cardio are looking thin, but the reason is different than you think. A 2020 meta-analysis from the Journal of Obesity Review found that cardio-only routines cause less fat loss and more lean mass loss compared to combined strength and diet interventions. Your body literally becomes more efficient at holding fat and sacrificing muscle. Cardio is great for your heart, but for pure fat loss efficiency, it's F tier. Too much effort for too little return. Alright, the next one. Intermittent fasting and meal timing, B tier. Now, the crowd favorite. Skipping breakfast, closing your eating window. Doing 16-8, you've heard it all. Science says fasting works, but not because of magic. It helps you accidentally eat fewer calories and stabilize insulin. If you can stay consistent, it's great. Also, keep in consideration when you eat. It might be more beneficial to eat in the morning and skip dinner, for example. The keyword here is your internal body clock. But many people overeat and lose the deficit. So it's solid for control and focus, but inconsistent results. That's why it lands on B tier. S tier, strength training. Absolute king of fat loss isn't a workout, it's muscle. Every kilogram of muscle is like adding a bigger engine to your body. It burns more fuel even when you're resting. Resistance training doesn't just sculpt your body, it protects your metabolism while you diet. A 2022 meta-analysis in sports medicine found that people combining strength training with calorie restriction lost significantly more fat and preserved up to 90% more muscle compared to diet-only groups. It's efficient, sustainable, and time smart. That's why strength training is S tier. The invisible workout, A tier. Next up, something most people ignore because it sounds too simple. NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's a fancy way of saying everything that isn't formal exercise. Walking to the store, cleaning, standing, fidgeting, pacing during calls. Research shows increasing NEAT can burn hundreds of extra calories per day without draining your willpower. No gym bag required. If your schedule is packed, NEAT is your secret weapon. Quiet, consistent, effective. That's A tier. C tier, supplements. Supplements, detox teas, fat burner pills, they promise quick results but deliver caffeine and disappointment. At best, they give you a 2 to 3% metabolic bump. At worst, they drain your wallet and your trust. As an engineer, I test systems for efficiency. These are just bad design. Too much input, too little output. So C tier for can we please stop? Oh, by the way, if you haven't yet, please hit subscribe. S tier, the calorie deficit. Let's get this out of the way. You cannot outsmart physics. Every fat loss method that works has one thing in common. You spend more energy than you consume. That's not punishment, that's engineering. If your body were a machine, this would be your energy balance equation. But here's the catch. Most people treat dieting like a crash test. All gas, no control. A small, consistent 10 to 25 calorie deficit is far more effective because it's sustainable. Add high protein meals and you protect muscle with burning fat. Think of protein like a reinforced steel for your body. It keeps your structure strong while the excess fuel burns away. A 2020 systematic review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that moderate calorie restriction combined with higher protein intake leads to greater fat loss and lean mass retention compared to aggressive diets or low protein plans. That's why a caloric deficit done right is S+ tier. It's not sexy, but it always works. S+ tier, self-monitoring. Here's the part nobody talks about. Fat loss isn't just physical, it's behavioral engineering. You can know what to eat, but if your system doesn't support it, you'll fail. Tracking progress, setting goals, checking feedback, that's what engineers call a closed-loop system. You measure, adjust, and repeat. That's how you build rockets. And it's how you build consistency. Studies show people who self-monitor tracking, steps, meals, or weight lost twice as much fat as those who don't. Because what gets measured gets improved. That's why behavior systems, journaling, progress, tracking, accountability sit in S+ tier. They make every other habit stronger. A+ tier, sleep and stress. Here's a silent fat loss killer. Sleep deprivation and stress. You can do everything else right. Train, eat well, and move. But if you sleep 5 hours a night, your hormones turn against you. Less sleep, more hunger hormones, more cortisol, more belly fat storage, less recovery, slower progress, and so on. When you sleep 7 to 9 hours and manage stress, your body becomes cooperative. It burns fat instead of fighting it. A 2022 study in JAMA International Medicine found that improving sleep duration in adults led to a spontaneous 500 calorie reduction in daily intake, showing how recovery alone changes metabolism and appetite control. That's why recovery isn't luxury, it's leverage. Sleep and stress control, A+ tier. A tier, changing the environment. Your environment shapes your discipline more than motivation ever will. If you keep junk food inside, you'll eat it. If your shoes are ready, you'll walk. It's not willpower, it's design. As an engineer, I always say, if the system fails, we design the system, not the human. So set up your environment for success. That's an A tier fat loss upgrade anyone can do tonight. S++ tier, combining multiple behaviors. Now in the final tier, this isn't a trick, it's a system loop. Diet, strength training, needs, sleep, and behavior tracking. Each one feeds the next, like gears in motion. When you eat smarter, you train better. When you train better, you sleep better. When you sleep better, you make better food decisions. That's the fat loss flywheel. Once it starts spinning, you don't need motivation. Momentum takes over. That's when fat loss stops being effort and starts being identity. So next time someone asks you how to lose fat, don't say diet harder. Say upgrade the system. If you want to learn how to engineer your body like a performance machine, hit subscribe and check out this video right here. It helps you to stay in shape with little effort as possible.